Here's something most people don't know about the guy everyone loves to hate. Before there was a blog, before there was fame, there was just a kid in Miami who wanted to be an actor and kept getting told no. Let's talk about what really happened. Mario Armando Lavandera Jr. was born in Miami in 1978 to Cuban immigrant parents who left everything behind to build a new life in America. He grew up attending an all-boys Catholic school, the kind of strict, traditional environment that doesn't leave a lot of room for a kid who already knew he was different, but couldn't say it out loud yet. He moved to New York after college, chasing an acting career. The classic dream. It didn't work out. He booked almost nothing. He waited tables. He got fired from job after job because he kept sneaking celebrity gossip onto message boards during work hours instead of doing what he was supposed to be doing. At one point, he was broke, jobless, and living off the kind of freelance writing gigs that barely covered rent in a city that doesn't wait for anyone to catch up. Most people would have called that rock bottom and gone home. Instead, in 2004, he started a gossip blog under a fake name because he was terrified of what it would do to whatever acting career he still hoped he had left. That decision, made out of desperation more than ambition, ended up changing his entire life. And it changed the entire industry around celebrity coverage too. The site exploded. Within a few years, he was pulling in more traffic than most magazines could dream of. And he became one of the first people to prove that a single person with a laptop could build a media empire without a publisher, a studio, or anyone's permission. He was fast, loud, and said things nobody else in the industry was willing to say out loud. That made him rich. It also made him one of the most hated people in Hollywood. And he'll tell you himself that the two came as a package deal. He didn't fully understand he was signing up for. Because here's the part people forget when they only see the mansion and the bank account. Success at that level came with a price that kept compounding for over a decade. He got sued by a photo agency for using paparazzi images without paying for them, and lost to the tune of over $500,000. Then came a defamation lawsuit from a music executive that cost him hundreds of thousands more. Then another one. By the time it was all added up, he had paid out well over $1 million across multiple lawsuits. Money that came straight out of a fortune he had built from nothing. And that's just the legal side. He's spoken publicly about filing for bankruptcy not once, but multiple times, even after being worth tens of millions of dollars at his peak. Money that fast, built on a business model nobody had a blueprint for, doesn't always come with the kind of financial guardrails that keep a person safe long term. He's talked openly about learning hard lessons about spending, trusting the wrong people with his finances, and watching a fortune shrink faster than it grew. On top of the money and the lawsuits, his body started paying a price too. In recent years, he's dealt with serious health scares, including a case of sepsis and a deep vein thrombosis, the kind of medical emergencies that force a person to sit still and take a hard look at their life, whether they want to or not. Underneath all of it, he's been open in interviews about carrying real depression, about being one of the most hated public figures in the country, and how heavy that gets to wake up to every single day for over 20 years straight. He's also spoken about regret, about the years he spent being cruel for clicks, outing people before they were ready, going after teenagers and grieving families in the name of gossip. He's said publicly that he wishes he had done it differently, that he built a career on a version of himself that eventually became something he didn't recognize or particularly like. Rebuilding a public identity after being one of the most infamous people in your industry is its own exhausting ongoing project, and he's still in the middle of it. What makes this story worth telling isn't the wealth or the headlines. It's that underneath all of it is just a person, the same as anyone dealing with financial stress, physical health scares, public judgment, and mental health struggles that don't disappear just because your bank account has a lot of zeros in it. Money buys a lot of things. It doesn't buy immunity from any of that. If this gave you a different perspective on someone you thought you already had figured out, drop a like, subscribe for more of these, and let me know in the comments whose story you want told next. If you or someone you know is struggling, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available 24/7 by calling or texting 988.